has that potential at least. So that is one there. That is one there. I think you could say it's maybe not as guaranteed necessarily. It's one of those abilities. You usually want to use it more aggressively, though, I think. So, yeah, that's why I'm not a huge fan of relying on a Release the Kraken to stop a Tempest Ultimate. Because, if anything, you're using it to initiate into a fight, to catch people off guard, and also to start the team by yourself, basically. So, sitting on the
Yeah.
ability, waiting for an Elemental Void to come out while Kraken's in the background, and then using it it's doable, but, yeah, it just doesn't feel like it's as effective.
I agree. It's a good point to make, and Kraken is also very dependent on that Polki of his to get into range for the Release the Kraken. If that's not or if he's not doesn't have the Polki available, he's gonna have to use the Tsunami Charge, and sometimes you don't even have the Tsunami Charge off cooldown. So it's not like an Andromeda that can just right-click at the Tempest. You're actually going to be very dependent here on your other items to get into the position. So yeah, very risky and much easier to counter than, for example, that Andromeda.
Yeah.
But draft is not over quite yet. It might be they might be looking to pick up with yet another Tempest Caster.
Last ban. Let's see. Fade, Glacius, Behemoth, Swiftblade, Andromeda. I'm talking about that there. So, hey, look at that. Druids actually picking up their first win against Sync Esports, apparently, as a whole. So, that's got to be a good feeling there. Able to overcome that, again, especially with this whole DreamHack event around the corner, knowing that it's doable. I mean, yeah, see, you could look at that and Sync, obviously, with their draft. They did go to Balfagor, which, a jungle Balfagor for that matter, which that wasn't a throw by any means. I still think he actually performed very solid, and he actually had a pretty big impact earlier on in the game. But no doubt as the game developed and later on, it seemed like Balfagor's presence was not necessarily that big for good reason. So
I feel like they missed the timing a little bit with Balfagor. They just didn't group up as a unit fast enough. They were lucky with one Kongor fight and just took Druids off guard and just got 2 Millirax out of it. But other than that, yeah, they didn't really group up too much. So Balfagor, yeah, he dropped off or tapered off into the late game, no doubt. And maybe Slap is not as confident as Kiesu is on that hero. I'm not sure. I mean, he has been undergoing some changes as well and isn't necessarily one of their standard heroes to pick up.
They're really thinking about this 4th pick here. Is
Yeah,
Flux still
are.
on the board, by the way, or was he initially banned? Flux, Moira, Parasitophilia. Okay, so yeah, he was taken out.
Why Sync, I assume? Or yeah,
yeah.
that was so surprising as well because they blind banned him every single game, but somehow he made it through the freaking second blind.
That's true. Yeah.
Banning phase last time. Wretched Hag once again. Like if Sync Esports win this series and we have a winner interviews, I'm so going to ask them about that freaking Wretched Hag. What is it that they find so damn interesting?
And again, it was played by Keizu the last game as well that they ran with it. So that was a game where they just really snowballed against Druids, and so yeah, that game of course it worked out plentiful in the end. But yeah, no, I don't know. It just seems like I don't know what to think about it. It's just that's what they've been liking lately for whatever reason. But yeah, as you said, I'm sure we'll get an interview with the winner if we get the chance. But Legionnaire coming out.
What just happened here? So this is a support Puppet Master. Not sure how strongly I feel about that.
Wait, why are you saying that? Why would it have to be support?
I guess it doesn't have to be a support, but I feel like, I don't know, it goes for both lineups actually. Both Sync and Druids at this point, they have so many freaking core heroes, or so many farm-dependent heroes, like in both sides, that I just figured that must be a Puppet Master support, because they cannot be that greedy.
Huh.
But,
yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about the lanes, and it seems like that's still doable with then a support option here to finish. But
I just feel like, 3 of those heroes, like Puppet Master, Midas, Kraken, that was such a solid ground that they could build onto and just have like a supporting cast around it. But now with Legionnaire as well, I feel like he's just going to take a lot of momentum from the other ones.
A lot of farm to be taken. I see what you're saying there. I mean, right-clicking Zephyr, it's probably not going to be a Zephyr final pick.
I certainly hope not.
Yeah. Although they showed earlier they do like Armadon and interested in him, so
I would like something with a solid stun, like some kind of initiation. They do have the Legionnaire and they have the Midas for a bit, but I don't know, just a solid stun. They could so easily shut down this Wretched Hag completely if they run a Puppet Master support, because he has the Puppet's Hold and the Puppet Show, so there's no way that the Hag can man up.
Huh. Yeah. Okay. They go with the Voodoo Jester here in the end. Is that a solid stun? Would you say? Not really.
Yeah, it seems like Warbeast is actually going to be the one to be in the suicide lane. So I
Okay.
guess Buddhister's stun is very effective versus the wolves. It's going to stun them for quite a good time and hopefully prevent the pull from even happening. So a little bit similar to last game when they had a Tempest to summon or to, of course, summon elementals out of his wolves. This time they just got the superior lockdown with the stun cocktail.
Yeah. All right, so Serenity, we did see it yesterday against Recent Gaming, when I remember. He went, and again, he likes to go the Mojo style as well.
Are you kidding me?
He did it yesterday.
Is that so?
Oh yeah, you weren't. Yeah,
okay,
that's right. You weren't here. I was like,
I was actually celebrating my. Yeah, I wasn't here unfortunately. I saw some of the games by the VODs, but not all of it.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that he goes for Mojo. Why is that? I've never.
Well, again, we were kind of making logic of it yesterday, where the idea with their lineup, especially that game, was just a really a lot of grouping up and pushing. So it was kind of the heel sense of it, and you know, even aggressively, it does decent damage, I guess. So, and Curse of the Ground's one of those where at level 1, especially, it's really kind of worthless. You need to at least get level 2. If not, of course, you want to max it out eventually, but and it's not as reliant. Where Mojo's just constantly, you know, there to use, I guess. So it's with a couple of those factors. I still think that, you know, I'm kind of on board with you that it just seems like Curse of the Ground is such a powerful thing with Voodoo Jester, but
yeah, I would feel so. I feel like Curse Ground is like way superior to Mojo. I mean, it's short range and it's tough to get close in, especially in those competitive games where everyone is going to be usually spot on the positioning. But Mojo, I don't know. I have no experience from playing Buddhist with Mojo myself, so it feels a little bit iffy to me.
All right, so it looks like we're gonna remake into a public lobby here. I guess there's just concerns with the server. Again, the last game there was a couple of moments there where we had a little bit of hiccup. So they want to choose their own server and gonna go public here. So we do have a lot of spectators today though, so hopefully we can get all of them in here.
And probably might make it private as well, because I see a lot of people joining this one, or some people.
Yeah, a couple of people that aren't supposed to be here. I think they should be good with that. All right, so it's everyone sitting. I got you, I got Quincy, Shortcan. What you got? Beef. Beef is not here.
Beef is here.
Is he
Maybe he's not
sitting,
but he is.
Oh, no,
I don't know.
wait.
I joined from Beef, so he's in the game at least. But maybe he joined from Spectator.
Oh, you joined that way? Okay, well, whatever. It should be fine. Okay.
Yeah, he won't be able to type, but he doesn't need that.
Okie dokie. What, did they pick wrong heroes?
No, don't think so.
Why are they...
Did I?
This is lag as well. Oh, they're saying it's laggy as well. They can actually tell from the lobby?
No, it's just like you spam you spam a lot of messages to see if it's a little bit of delay. I can't notice anything at this point though, but sometimes you notice it by spamming.
Huh. So they're gonna remake this one now. Guess what, they feel a little laggy here. Oh, they're all running around.
Dancing well.
Everyone's dancing. I love it. Oh boy. Well,
Seems to be fine.
Yeah, game here. Oh, are they good now? Nope, we're not.
Or
good.
not.
Okay, never mind. I thought we were actually good there. Never
I felt
mind.
like every dance move was pretty much correct.
Yeah, they were really going at
They were
it.
shaking it. Yeah.
There's that. Speaking of that, there's that Rhapsody skin that just came out. The
Oh yeah.
the DDR skin or whatever.
The 8-bit, right?
one.
Or what? No, that wasn't an 8-bit.
Yeah, it was 8-bit. Yeah,
It's an 8-bit.
the 8-bit avatars.
Yeah, it actually has really cool animations as well with the dance floor and all
Yeah.
of that. I don't know, for those who played Step Mania, like a Japanese music game more or less, very similar to that. Just love the whole arrow kind of animation.
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet.
All right, guys. So obviously, we'll apologize here, and just a slight delay as far as getting into the next game here. Just figuring it out. Haven't really had any issues up until this point, so that's where it has been pretty good. But hopefully this server's good, and we can actually get some action going. We do know the lineups at least of what we're going to be seeing here. Again, a 3-1 lead right now for Sync Esports. So they were up 3-0, but Druids, an epic game number 3 right there to take a game and start their journey of winning 4 games in a row ultimately, and thus winning the series. Again, $3,500 on the line here for this series. You win, you get that nice cash. You lose, you get nothing. Other than the cash you got before.
Yeah.
So, a little bit something. All right, so people, okay, looks like people are sitting down here. I think we're good. We are good. Good luck, Captain.
Yes, we should probably get rid of the randoms as well.
Okay, randoms. We're still waiting on a couple sync players, it looks like. Oh, they got it.
And we got a new server.
A new one again?
Yeah, apparently Slap wasn't able to join.
What?
And Insania was feeling lag. I don't know. Maybe the server was full? No.
No, definitely wasn't full. Well, how about this? We're going to go on a short break, guys. We'll be back when we actually have some Han to show you. So
Sounds good.
So stay tuned. We'll be right back here. Game number 4. Starting hopefully shortly here.
To Boston, lives in a world she's lost in, victim of compromise. He's staring at her Aberdeen heart, London eyes, Glasgow bones. She's a whistle in the catacombs, a paradox. He's in love with the statue in a marble block. He's in love with the girl that time forgot. She just shoots her ears. She's falling too far with salt in her scars. Won't let it taste her tears. She's falling too far. The girl that time forgot. Wasted moments full of potential and torment. An angel in disguise, but he can see your Aberdeen heart, London eyes, Glasgow bones. She's a whistle in the catacombs, a paradox. Oh. He's in love with the statue in a marble block. He's in love with the girl that time forgot. She just shoots her ears. She's falling too far with salt in her scars. Won't let it taste her tears. She's falling too far. The girl that time forgot.
All right, we are back. We've got some Han here. Looks like they are ready to play, so here we go. Sync versus Druids here again. Sync up 3-1 here in this best out of 7 series coming at you.
What? Why is Mickey trash talking that train?
Yeah, I don't know
or
why.
apps? That's like the
This
most
is
awesome avatar in the game.
Probably
Like,
the
stick
coolest
train
avatar in the
train.
game. Has to be
Exactly.
up there. Anyways. Bottom lane, you just look at Druids. A lot of talk going on. May try to catch them off guard that way. I'm going to vote for
Hellhounds.
Look at this. You know,
Are you serious?
I guarantee you that's just to kind of throw them off. It's to. They're not actually.
Oh my god, I could feel a little bit of lag in that server. I have to be honest, but I don't know. Like, Can I please choose a server with a higher number than 50, like 60 or something?
From my
think
understanding,
those
that
are
was
better.
supposed to be fixed. From my understanding, like that issue, whatever that was that we were having here for a little bit, like that's not supposed to be happening anymore. So I don't know if this is. I don't know. And maybe it's not, I guess, but clearly it's just unfortunate that all of a sudden it's happening. for whatever
Sooner or
reason.
later, we will find the server.
Yeah. Serenius, we're willing to make this a draw. We'll split the money. Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? Okay.
So,
well,
but
we thought we were ready. Apparently we were not. So once again, we'll be right back, guys. Hopefully, this time it works out. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
You let it go, catacombs. You let it go, let it go, catacombs. You let it go. She just shakes her ears. She's falling too far with salt in her scars. Won't let it taste her tears. She's falling too far. and I were meant to collide. Through the world, now here through your eyes. You and I were meant to collide forever. You and I were meant to collide. Through the world, now here through your eyes. You and I were meant to collide forever.
All right. I think we may actually be good here. Let's wait till actually stuff happens before we 100% guarantee it. But here we are. And what is game number 4? Yeah, Druids.
Wouldn't it have been hilarious if they actually got a first blood this time?
That would have really been something.
I promise you, if they would have gotten first blood, Sinkies would have complained about lag and wanted another remake.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
All right.
All right, let's just be over all this. Let's just let the game play, and let's just move on from here. Anyways, so they do block. What is it? The pole camp here, the middle camp here. So there you go. The lane's shaping up. They're gonna put more access bottom actually. So once again, gonna prioritize farm on him, just like last game with the Magnus. Instead, they'll send Wretched Hag middle.
Wretched Hag, okay. Yeah, I'm starting to like this more and more because Wretched Hag, I mean, if he would have been 1v1 versus the Midas, I mean, it would have been quite even, probably even favoring the Midas, but now they're going to be able to box him out once again, so they are making sure to address Sibbe. They do not want him to take off by any means. And yeah, look at this. Compared to game number 2, where which Slap rotated to the Hellborn Forest as soon as his wards were, or as soon as his camps were blocked, this time he does not have that luxury. He's going to place one Word of Revelation right there, but he's not going to be lucky. So he's going to be only focused on this left side of the forest, and that's not going to be easy, even for Slap, who is such an experienced Tempest player.
Yeah. You saw right there, Zibbe is taking some good pressure at the bottom lane. Nice Zealstone once again from Insania. It's not easy to do that on both landing on both ends, but happen to do it right there. Gonna apply some more good pressure. Zibbe at that point probably gonna pop that health potion here in the near future now. Having to use that earlier on a regen, but it doesn't mean top lane. Of course, Probus on the Puppet Master this game. Should have a pretty good time. So this is that Voodoo Jester impact. You mentioned with the Acid Cocktail stunning the Hellhounds for a good 5 seconds right there. Actually already kills off one, and now KZ is going to get away with the other one, but it has very little life already. However, he's doing a pretty good job of making sure it's staying.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Cernia is running that way. Actually, he's going to get him. Okay, nice. Legionnaire would have been able to finish it off as well.
Yeah.
So probably not going to get the lane pushed back. He's going to have to use yet another Hellhound pull here, but now this time Acid Cocktail is up. And Legionnaire is nearby as well, so... Oh, smart by Kesudo.
Yeah.
He's only using one Hellhound instead of the both of them.
Yep.
This is so well played by him if this actually succeeds. Wow,
Yeah.
that's next level.
It's talk about evolving right there. It's, you know, really made a point that realizing, well, Acid Cocktail, the benefit of it, it bounces between, then why not just send one in? It only hits once. And sacrifice one of the dogs in the end. So yeah, well played by Kesu, and he's able to get that lane control for the time being. So the idea of the Voodoo Jester to almost counter that in a sense, kind of taken away right there. Mickey is 8-1 on Meraxis at this point. So again, a very comfortable hero for him, and a hero that has been picking up more and more steam lately on the competitive scene.
Yeah, for sure. Then they got the Battle Cry to work with once again this game. Wretched Hag in the middle, and of course Meraxis down in the bot lane, so they shouldn't be missing any last hits at this point. Midas has been able to actually get level 3. I'm surprised that he's able to get those levels, even though Insania is down here with the Nymphora. boxing not non-stop. If he can hit level 4, I mean, then Nymphora needs to start being careful as well.
Yeah. See right there, Asphalt. Ooh, the axe almost canceled the health potion immediately. That would have been pretty big. That would have been 100 gold basically wasted right there this early on, and as a suicide, that could have been crucial, but out of range, so not going to matter. Obviously, Iceland, Gogo, and Legionnaire are going to be fun to see how he evolves throughout this game. Kind of impact he's able to have. Will he go that...
Level 5. Look at his gold
yeah.
per minute as well.
Yeah, no, he's doing great. He's obviously doing very good at this time.
I don't think that Voodester has been stacking for him either. He's been fully busy with Warbeast, so Iceland Gogo, damn, 380 gold per minute, level 5 on his way to level 6 already.
Yeah.
And it's not even a 4-minute mark.
Yeah, I don't know if it's been a case
look at
of
the
just
top
good
lane, by the way, they're
spawns
going to
or
get
whatever.
Puppets hold off.
Yeah, it's not going to really... Well, maybe. There's the show. We'll keep him in place a little bit longer. Can Legionnaire get here in time?
He's got the cooldown on his charge, but
It
should be
doesn't
enough.
matter. Wow, the acid cocktail stunned him long enough. Very good job of staggering the stunts right there from Druids as a team, and that ultimately gets the kill. So, yeah, Puppet Master and Voodoo Jester, between them, they have a lot of lockdown. That's showing right there. And it's only going to get better as the game goes on, so... Great
once
start for
again,
Druids.
Druids are doing such a terrific job at just keeping this Warbeast out of experience range. He's level 3, there is a big wave coming as well, but Puppet Master, if he can hit level 6, doesn't have the most of mana though, but look at Voodiester, he is already planning on diving. They do not want to give Warbeast any of this experience coming here in these 2 waves. If they can shut him down by this is going to be such an enormous kill if they can get it.
Yeah.
I don't think there are any ports whatsoever from the Legion side.
But look at that. Look at that. The wall of the Hellhounds. Well played right there. There is a TP coming in. And so this is going to throw it off a little bit. And Nymphora comes in. There's a taunt, though. Legionnaire gets the spin off right off the bat. That's a cocktail. Here comes Wretched Hag. They get the kill on Nymphora, but at what cost? Puppet Master's in trouble. Moraxis comes in as well. Look at Sync Esports. This is really early on in the game. And they're already TPing in as a team. I'm guessing Puppet Master eventually, yeah, he is going to fall. Moraxis could not chase down Legionnaire, though. So they only get the 1 counter kill. A lot of TPs were used.
Not the biggest deal. Yeah, I think that hurt them in the end. They only got Puppet Master, and he's gonna respawn. I Warbeast got level 5 though, and he might even close into level 6. But yeah, a lot of ports being used, and Mika might lose a little bit of experience from this. And at the same time, Sibbe down at the bot lane, he's gonna get level 5. But I mean, talk about insane plays once again coming up from Kizu. That wild or Hellhound block, just buying so much time, making all of that happen. He would have been stuck in level 3 if he didn't make that kind of play right there.
Yeah. Identical records with the Bloodlust. Huh, that's interesting. Yep, so Puppet Master picking it up right there. He's 1-1-1 overall now. Legionnaire, obviously getting involved at the top lane, so slowing down a little bit. I hate this skin, man. It just looks so weird, and he just goes shirtless when he has level 6. Anyways, he's got Striders here with the bottle, so this has been named the Zlapped build recently, of course. He has,
bottom.
started doing it. No, he's fine. He's good to go. But Kraken, I'm sure, was also able to pick up some decent farm in the middle lane while Hag was missing. Speaking of middle, Voodoo Jester coming in. Gonna assist a little bit.
Such a tricky kill, though, to get on Wretched Hag. Like, the cocktail is too slow to actually hit or connect on Wretched Hag. He can easily blink out first. So Kraken is the one that has to initiate first, get the Tsunami charge off, and then he's just going to like push him even further away from the Voodiester. So I don't think there's any way these two teams, or that these two heroes actually can get a kill on Wretched Hag at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, a little too quick possibly. So Tempest once again, just like, I want to say it was maybe the second game even, but or maybe the first game. But anyways, getting the Astrolabe first on top of the Blood Chalice that he got early on. So really kind of switching it up here as far as what we usually see from Tempest, going the Ring of Sorcery early on in the game.
Yeah, I guess this is alright if he can farm me. I mean, he's farming really well considering all of his camps were blocked. And what's happening at the top?
Yeah, Voodoo Puppet's out. You see, look at Legionnaire charging it all the way. And eventually helps secure it. Actually, Proboss even still got the kill. So, well played right there. Legionnaire saving the Decapitate, of course. No point to use it at that time. Already had the kill.
Being used as well, cancelled by someone. I'm not quite sure who that was. If that was Nymphora, that's going to hurt Insania by quite a bit, because before you get marchers on supports, you're so useless. Like, you need those marchers so that you can run around the map, you cover runes for your teammates, stack the camps, and get all of these kind of vision wards up on the map. Oh,
Yeah.
Maida's in here. Are they looking to defend?
And that's going to be an easy tower kill in the end, so no defense really being put up. Going this more the safe route. Zibby will instead take some farm as the lane's getting pushed up, but Kraken's also nearby. So definitely could be a kill opportunity now, but Sync is falling back. But meanwhile, top lane, some good pressure being put up there. God, look at Iceland Go-Go still. 400 gold per minute now. Man, he needs to pick up this hero more often. He clearly knows what he's doing on it.
That's safe to say, yeah. Usually Iceland Gogo is like one of the fastest farmers in the jungle, but for some reason, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was the same with the Tempest last game. We hadn't really seen it too much. Dudes, they're saying that they are like not confident running those kind of like laid-back passive lineups, but so far it's been working out very, very well for them. So definitely looking to pick these kind of things up in DreamHack is probably going to be a great asset.
Yeah. At this rate, he's going to have a portal key in the next minute here. He already has 1650 gold saved up. With the Striders in the bottle again, so getting that portal key on top of that and going to start setting up kills left and right. He's level 9 as well, so yeah, just stacking as much as possible. Really maximizing the farm right there, and Sync not able to do anything about it just yet. Meanwhile, top lane, look at this. Midas coming in with the flank, so they know he's here. Warbeast is like, okay, what do I do?
He's got the Metamorphosis though.
Yeah, he's going to use it, and he will survive, so just could not get the best angle right there. And eventually escapes, but yeah, Midas, you know, maybe not necessarily missing out on too much of the bottom lane because they are pushing it in and perhaps going to be doing a whole lot about it. So just trying to set up a kill instead, using those Striders of his early on. So this is also yeah?
Mid.
Oh, yeah, he's coming to the middle lane here.
Set up a kill. Well played by Sebek.
God, they land it. That was a very good guess right there. And down goes Hag.
Most players would have been way too afraid to try that because if they knew for a fact that if they were to miss, I mean, they would have given up their position. They would have letting Wretched Hag fort away, and you would have, of course, have your spells on cooldown as well, so you wouldn't have been able to push the tower. But Sibby is just like, I'm going all in here, man. He's hitting the combo and he's getting a kill, and it's those small things that just makes professional players so damn good.
Yeah.
Those instant decisions. Miraxus, by the way, picking up a portal key, but Iceland Gogo in the back.
Look at that, though. He got the portal key first. Down goes Tempest right there, and Nymphora. And that was all because of the surprise portal key factor coming out from Iceland Gogo. So we mentioned about a minute he was going to be getting it. He gets it
Master at the top,
and
though.
secures a kill. Puppet Master trying to get away. Those axes, though, I believe that did immobilize him right there. And he eventually is going to be chased down. Flensmeister getting credit for the kill himself, so they will get something out of it to Sync, but still Druids, I'm sure pretty happy with the way that ultimately ended there. And the 2-for-1 exchange.
Yeah. 6k experience lead now, that's big. Legion team so far not doing too... I mean, they got Astro on the Tempest, but that kind of requires them to group up. What happened in the mid?
Well, look at that Mojo right there. Again, Voodoo Jester, he is going the Mojo, and it does help heal up Midas a little bit. Going to have it off cooldown here in a couple seconds. Wouldn't be surprised to see it again, but it did help save Midas as well from Miraxus as they were trying to dive him. Miraxus with that portal key as you were talking about too. Unfortunately for them, it doesn't secure a kill in the end. So once again, that's to the better of Druids right there. In the
I would assume that this Astral Label build doesn't necessarily like speed up the farm by any means in the forest. It's more like group up and push, take early team fights. So I still think that Slap is more or less, or Sync Sports are looking to be aggressive, even though they have the Warbeast.
Look at Iceland Gogo. He's got the Velda Rod, so they have no clue. In jumps Miraxus. Is Iceland Gogo going to jump as well? Yes, he will. The background gets a one here, I think, on Tempest, but the release of Kraken also pulls him in. And Tempest dead just like that. Decapitated to secure it, but they are diving really far. The Acid Cocktail helping. Iceland Gogo goes back in. He does fall, though. Warbeast, or excuse me, Wretched Hag gets locked down, eventually killed off, but Warbeast is still chasing, but he's going too far. Warbeast is going to go down. Look at the kill on Voodoo Jester. I don't know if that's worth it, though, and it's still not over just yet. Miraxus.
Oh, Puppet's holding 1 second.
Damage.
Are they going to be able to use it? I don't know.
No.
Oh, nice. Mana speed up.
Yeah, and actually he's going to jump in now because of that. Look at Kraken. He's in trouble. But again, Miraxus knows that he still needs to be careful. There's the hold. And Puppet Master going to put in the auto attacks Kraken. He just doesn't have enough life, though. And now Puppet Master's also in a bad spot. TP's coming in. One axe hits. He doesn't have mana for follow-up. Unless Nymphora can give it to him. He can. Down goes Puppet Master. Transmute, though. Ends up getting the kill on a Mickey. That was more so the golden salvo. And they get the tower kill on top of that. So really not too bad in the end for Druids. Despite losing Puppet.
Yeah, they're playing really well. That was a little bit too overconfident maybe by Puppet Master and Kraken, because Kraken had absolutely 0 spells and Puppet Master had his on cooldown for another 5-6 seconds when they started that chase. But in the end, I mean, they get the tower kill and they trade 1 versus 1. Oh, Iceland Go-Go!
Oh, deep they're going right here, man. Tempest.
Yeah.
He is going to get caught by the Acid Cocktail. He throws out the combo, though. Maybe ulti? No, he's not going to go for it, at least just yet. Legionnaire, will he maybe try for it on him? Stun's coming out. Miraxis, there we go. He's going to lock down Legionnaire. They get the Cone of Midas. It is stopped, though, with the Puppet Show. Legionnaire, however, too much damage. The Matrix explosion goes down. So, again, Druid's getting a little too comfortable in the game right here. You saw where they were diving to, and that did not work out at all. Puppet Master being chased back. And they're still going, so now it's Sync's turn to dive. Puppet Master, that Mojo's healing him, though. Mojo kept him alive a little bit longer. But in the end, it does not secure a counter kill. In fact, Kraken also going to die on top of it. So it just went completely the other way in favor of Sync, and now they got the momentum here.
Sync capitalizing big time on Drew's mistake, but that was, I don't know, that was the second time that they dived or dove way too far.
Yeah.
Of course, well played by Sync, having the communication going, and Astro saving 2 units that fight, but yeah, you gotta ask yourself, if you're Druids, don't get too overconfident now. You won the last game, you got a lead, but now Sync back in the lead once again in game number 5, or game number, what is it, game number 4?
4 technically, yeah. But, yeah, obviously, Sync Esports now getting that big-time momentum. You know, I want to talk about this about Midas earlier on. Zimmy playing Midas, I think he's at least played 3, if not all 4 of the games, honestly, in this series. But he's actually gone the Striders all the times he's been playing it, and then he eventually builds it into post-haste. You know, we've been seeing that. So, and in fact, he has a major totem here this time around. I assume that's going to be a tablet pick up as well. But what do you think of him going the Striders? Clearly that's a decision that he's making here.
Yeah, it's actually a personal preference of Sibbe, and I like it. It usually works out very well. He goes for it on pretty much every single suicide hero, like Bubbles, for example, as well. And now with the recent buff to the post haste as well, I mean, just it fits his playstyle, because he's constantly running around and he's trying to be aggressive. He's usually like the kind of player that you can find like run or sitting around in forest for several minutes, just waiting for the right opportunity.
Yeah.
So yeah, it fits him very well. He's running around the map all the time.
We got Warbeast top lane. Actually, am I missing something here? Warbeast has a Helm of the Victim. Huh. I wonder what that is going to turn into. Actually, hold on thought, though, because Nefora porting in Miraxis, they find Puppet Master perfectly. An easy kill, and that's all because of the ward sight right here, the aggressive ward. That's something that's going to continue to happen.
Oh, mid lane, they're diving on the Kraken.
That they are? We're not really. Wretched Hag was thinking about it, but Kraken a little too tanky. But yeah, so a bound die obviously would be crucial here for the Hellborn side. If not, just simply trying to counter ward, because right now a couple of aggressive wards going to start getting more and more kills, I'm sure, for Sync. As middle lane, Kraken will go down right there. Midas going away. Legionnaire jumps in with the release of Kraken, but he's getting low himself, and he will fall on top of it. So not everyone there for Druids, really. And Sync once again wins another fight. And now they're going to be pushing into that middle lane. And that should easily be a tower kill. So, I mean, just look at this. It's going to be a 5,000 gold lead and 7,000 experience at least after
Sync
this
is
tower
just
kill.
all over the map. Yeah, they were just up at the top, picking off the Puppet Master. So Iceland Go-Go and the Druids team just figured it's free for us. We can jump Tempest here in the mid lane, but Mika and Nusania is doing a fabulous job already being in position, and Mickey completely ignoring the Legionnaire jumps into the taunt. Most players would have just been like, okay, I'm gonna stop the Legionnaire, he's taunting my Tempest, but he jumps in the background instead, gets both the Kraken and the Midas, and just beautiful communication as well with Flensmeister getting a Bat Blast up in level 2 Bat Blast, even just wiping them out in a matter of seconds. And,
Yeah.
now once again 6k gold lead and experience.
God, you know, level 2 Bat Blast, 420 magic damage. That's a lot of damage. That's, you know, especially that he's able to have it this early on in the game. You look at the life pool here of the Hellborn team. It's 422 magic damage in an AoE. Could likely even hit everyone if they're lined up. Puppet Master. Well, he did any Bat Blast right there. Miraxis able to do plenty. Mika, he came here to play in game number 4 of that show. And 5-1-9 Miraxis now. 450 gold per minute. And the top tower easily pushed in on top of that here. So
Level 10 Nymphora is the same level as Puppet Master, and it's 1 level higher than Sibbe on that Midas. This is This is crucial. If he gets level 11 on N4 as well, the cooldown on that ultimate is going to be reduced, and they're just going to be able to do this over and over. And look at all the offensive wards on the map from Sync. That ward of sight at the top hill have been spotting Puppet Monster 2 times now.
It just doesn't stop, man. They just keep going. And I love the Arcane Shield as well on this hero. It really, he just activates it going in knowing that they have very little they can actually do about it. And if they try, then they'll just buff him.
Oh,
Now, nice catch,
combo.
though. Beautiful counter coming out between Legionnaire and Midas. And now Nymphora all of a sudden is in trouble. Being chased back right here. Legionnaire portal key coming up in a second or so. Kraken uses his portal key. And they will eventually chase down Nymphora and get the kill as well. So that was actually very good for Druids.
Oh, look at Flensmeister. His Invis is looking to get a kill on the Kraken.
That
He's
he
not gonna
is
find it.
not going to happen, though.
Maybe Legionnaire, though.
Going to chase him down over here. We'll see. Does he have a Bat Blast? He does.
This is definitely a kill if he just goes for it.
Yep. He even gets the creeps on top of it. The hot
Maybe they can
supply.
deny him.
Nope.
No.
Kraken tried.
Damn, there's a lot of damage. Battlecry. Oh, in the top lane, Puppet Monster is actually going to find Wild Soul.
Or Warbeast.
Oh,
Wild's
Warbeast,
lane in this
yep.
game. He's banned in tourney rules
Damn.
for good reason. No, but Warbeast is picked off. What did he buy, by the way? What's the gun the courier? It is the Insanitarius. Okay, I was really wondering if he was actually going to go a Whispering Helm. Because that it does actually synergize with his ulti and his skill
Oh, look
set
at the top
there.
lane,
but-
by the way.
Oh
Nice
yeah, they
heads
try
up
to
by
find
Puppet
it.
Monster actually finding or realizing that something is up, getting the Assassin's Shroud out of there. The dust is barely gonna miss him.
Yeah.
Insanitarius, yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I haven't really seen Warbeast in Sanitarius before, but I guess it synergizes very well with the whole like ultimate form and that.
Yeah, it's the theme of the hero. It makes sense, and it is one of those cases. It's like, huh, why don't we see this more kind of deal? But I think it's just a lot of it comes down to it's those other items just tend to be a little bit more priority. The Shrunken Head, the Brutalizer, the Soul's Bulwark, more of the team item, as well as enhancing his damage, so things like that. But hey, in Sanitarius, yeah, why not? It is a good item on him. It definitely makes sense. So
That it
not,
does, yeah. Might be a
crazy
little
to
bit of
see that.
high risk though. They probably thought that they were in a little bit of a better position than they were, or than they currently are, because after that find that they got free hero pickups down in the Legion Forest, Druids are definitely back into this.
Yeah. I wonder if it's also because he feels like maybe Shrunken Head isn't necessarily going to be that great this game. I mean, yeah, Puppet Master, even Midas, it is great against, to be fair, but Legionnaire obviously doesn't care, and Kraken to an extent, he may not care too much, so if anything, figures, just get a bigger life pool, be able to hit harder, help that way. Yeah, you can still get a Shrunken Head, of course, but as far
Yeah,
as
sooner or
priority
later
goes.
you're gonna have to need a BKB, but yeah, that's probably the case, or the reasoning behind this pickup. Seeing as you don't want to get executed by Legionnaire, for example, or the Puppet Master.
God, they are using this teleport cooldown every single time. I mean, they just used it again right there. This one didn't complete a kill, but, they might as well go for it. And now they're even TPing bottom lane. At least a couple heroes are, both Kazu and Slapped, but not going to find anyone in the end. And instead, they'll push it out here. But they are being very active with that Nymphora.
That they are. Look at the top node, though. Post haste on Midas as well. He's gonna come in.
Yeah, Nymphora getting caught first, but Kraken maybe regretting that. Stomp on him from Morax's. Zeal Stump follow-up, and he goes down. Midas porting in. Where
What
did Midas go?
happened?
Yeah,
I don't know. He didn't complete.
Did the creep
I don't know
die?
if the creep. I don't know. Either that or he cancelled it. But
Yeah.
I felt like the creep had full HP more or less when I looked at it. But there was 2 archers and a catapult.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. But, hey, well, Puppet Master gets a kill on a case at the bottom lane. Holy crap, man. This is an action-packed game. 32 hero kills in 22 minutes.
And it's not
Just
going to
about.
stop. They're going to go for Legionnaire as well. The question is he going to be able to realize in time? Wow, Flensmeister.
Look at that. Even as he tries to charge Wretched Hag. That's not going to happen. Flensmeister, a Grimoire of Power. 22 minutes in. Holy crap. This game is just excelling like crazy right now. And Sync's
That
leading the
it
way
is.
with it. And, yeah, look at the
And
GPM
Hellflower.
charges.
Yeah, look at Hell. What? We're going to have a Hellflower on Meraxes already?
Why not? The fact that he has it,
Oh,
pretty
Puppet
crazy.
Monster drone at the top lane.
Yeah,
Doesn't
again.
have a Voodoo Puppet though.
Yeah, that's not going to be enough damage. Needs the assistance. He will get it, though. And really, almost all 5 heroes coming together to secure that kill. Everyone that's up, at least. And they do get it.
Fora still not quite safe. He's gonna try to port out. Is it going to be successful? Oh my god!
Wow, the charge from Kraken. It wasn't able to connect. The tree got in the
That was
way.
a really cute juke spot, and a Kraken jumping straight into 3 players from Legion time.
Don't know what he's thinking. He's got a charge, though. We'll use it right there. But a tablet! What a tablet! Is the dot damage going to be enough, though? Moraxis trying to axe him down. He is going to stay alive. Mojo comes up, but they got to pick on a minus in the meantime. And now Kraken's still trying to escape. That dot's preventing him from portal keying. And it will a second longer here. He has it now, but by the time he can use it, he gets found. That dot on him, man. That's brutal. Look at Voodoo Jester, by the way. He's still
He's in
hidden.
enemy territory. Wow, he has placed a ward. What?
And then it got
Legion team,
countered
they would have
immediately.
realized.
Yeah,
Did he get-
it just got placed there, and they think, okay, whatever. Let's just kill it and move on. That is kind of funny. They really just didn't even think about that, did
Would have
they?
been hilarious if they actually found him because of that, though.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, I'm gonna place a ward here to make myself feel a little bit safer, and it's actually what ends up killing him.
Moraxis, 375 plus GPM. He's undefeated. Well, he's well beyond that here. 430 about. And obviously, hero kill wise, 8, 3, and 11. Mickey's been leading the way with that with initiation, but as a team, once again, Sync is looking really good right now. They're already pressuring the base at this point, 24 minutes in right here. But I will say, I mean, this has definitely been, it's obviously been an overall very good series here so far, but there's just something about this game, man. Like, it's turned on in another notch here by both of these teams. They're just go, go, go. Puppet Master
Damn,
catches
the damage.
Moraxis. Is it going to be enough? The Arcane Shield, Matrax, oh my god, he's still alive, finally. Will go down. Big release Kraken in the background. Legionnaire dropping. Gets charged back. Legionnaire throws out the taunt. Just trying to stay alive if anything. That's not going to happen, though. Tempest, Elemental, Void goes off. It's going to be a full duration of Genocide for Sankey Sports. I'm not even sure how it went in their favor so well. But it somehow did. And they have 25 hero kills at about 25 minutes. That is just ridiculous.
I have no idea how they just came out winning that team fight. It looked so good for Hellborn team. They got a Moraxis before anything even happened, but I guess Midas used all his spells, all his damage, and Puppet Master as well. He's focusing down on Moraxis, and therefore didn't have the rest or the rest of the damage for the rest of the team. So, wow, they're going to get a melee racks possibly. Is this going to be enough? This is not something that you want to slip or give away this early on into the game. 25-minute mark. They should fight for this.
They're trying, man, but Warbies, he's tanking the damage. He is going to need to start falling back, though. Ulti form not up for another 3 seconds, but it looks like he's going to be alive enough. And there we go. Ulti form's popped. They get the melee racks. Wretched Act blinks away. So the acid cocktail bounce not going to happen. And I think Sync is just going to go for a full-on retreat here. Oh, maybe. Yeah, Warbies kind of sticking around a little bit. But no, he eventually runs off, and unless Midas, no, he doesn't have a portal key though. So, whew, I feel like I can finally breathe now a little bit.
Yeah, this game is so crazy. I don't know. It's so hard to keep up. I haven't been able to talk about item pickups or anything like that because it's just constant freaking actions all the time. I don't know. I guess it's the last game. It just got both teams so pumped up.
Yeah.
Just so focused. Look at that.
Is
What?
Tempest,
Look at Slap Field.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be a troll a little bit, but no. He's not only did he get the helm early on, but he just built an Ice Brand, and he's turning into a Frostos Skull because he also bought a Blessed Orb on top of that. Interesting. A little bit of troll, perhaps.
Well, it's certainly not super serious, at least.
Yeah. Well, the helm, I think, is actually there is a, especially if you're snowballing like this. I think the helm's actually not a bad pickup by any means. Maybe not on Tempest. On Tempest,
know,
though,
but
actually, yeah. And Tempest seems funky.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's alright versus the Legionnaire.
Yeah.
You don't want to get executed or anything like that, but if you were to think about like the actual team fights, I mean, you're going to be positioned far back behind your team, and you shouldn't really be visible. Oh, the Tempest, or in the far port up here at the top lane, Kraken.
Yeah, he has no chance. I mean, they're coming from both sides. All 5 are going to be up here. Kraken, he thought he might have got away. No, he did not. Well, maybe actually. Charge, is he actually going to live? Release the Kraken, comes out, he's going to live. Holy crap, that's a good job by him. Now, can they turn? It's the question. Midas jumps in. Puppet Master, he was trying to flank. He got found, and he goes down. They will kill Warbeast, though. So it does end up a 1-for-1, but Puppet's staying dead here. It's not buying back.
But they still got Vision, though, on the Legion team retreating.
Yeah.
Could potentially go for a pickup here, but they don't have any Hellflower, so they don't have anything to lock down Wretched Hag with. They got a taunt, I guess, but seeing as execution is down as well as the release the Kraken, they're just not going to have enough damage to finish her off.
And now Kongor, that should be an easy kill for them. Well, I don't know why I said that. It's not going to be easy by any means. But, in fact, they're going to find Midas trying to sneak up. Nice top by Legionnaire. Barfed armor's popped. Good item to have right there. In the midst of it all, Kraken jumps in but got stunned immediately. As soon as he jumped in, he got stunned and then could not move the whole time. On top of that Meteor, down goes Voodoo Jester. GG, well played. That is it. Game number 4. And the series goes to Sync Esports. I almost feel like they were on a mission there. I mean, you saw the trash talk at the beginning. You know, they weren't a fan of how after the remake they went a different direction, and you know, whatever. But man, Sync just really went high octane there. As soon as they started working in their favor, they just were go, 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 and it did not stop. That was a lot of fun to watch, really, in the end.
That sure was a good match. Like, oh my god, the synergy between Hellhounds being like invisible on the map, and then you have Nymphora on top of that. Like, that synergy between Warbeast and Nymphora is just insane. That was so creative as well. I'm not sure if everyone picked up on that, but yeah, I don't know. That's very creative from Insane, yeah. Props to entire Sync team, of course, for playing really damn well in all those 4 games today. They're definitely deserving of this Deadeye Bounce League championship.
Whew. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are, and they get it in the end. You know, it's the group stages. They went undefeated. In the brackets, they 3-0 Druids to start it. It looked like it was going to be an easy trek for Sync. They were all together here and just found their groove. But then they went to it. They found a hiccup against Raising Gaming. They were down 2-0 in a best of 5. They came back. They won 3 games in a row. Very rarely have had to ever do that. And then they in the grand finals, they do give up a game against Druids, but they secure it in the end, and thus they win the series. Once again, 4-1. So, congratulations, Sync Esports. They get their prize pool there of taking on the grand finals. And Druids, unfortunately, will come up short. So I'm going to, once again, head into the other Skype here and see what's going on. So let's go ahead and head on in. Hello, guys.
How's it going, Breaky?
Well, the series has officially come to a conclusion with Sync Esports. But, man, I need a breather after that game. That was just go, go, go. Action, action, action.
There was quite a lot of action. The guys from Druids getting off to what we all thought was a pretty good start. I mean, they were taking Keizu out of the game, getting the nice start on the Legionnaire. But what went wrong? Because it felt like it kind of started with the Lego. Don't you agree? What you got?
Yeah, there was this one point where Druids went almost to like the tier 2 middle tower to really try to just force aggression when they didn't really have not only like enough people in position, but just really trying to go too hard. They didn't have the Shroud finished on Puppet Master. I think at the time they had just picked up, the Portal Can Kraken, but I don't even think he was there to fight with them. So it was just, I think, bad communication and a little bit of a mistake to be so aggressive without having everyone there. And from there on out, Sync just kind of took control. They used the Nymph Teleport really well, set up a lot of pickoffs, and then turned those into pushes with the Tempest and the Warbeast. So.
Yeah. Insania on that Nymphora, and of course Mickey on his Meraxes. 3-0, 3-0 on the Tempest for his Lapt as well. They were definitely on their comfort heroes, but I mean, what did Druids actually need to do a little bit better there, Shorkan, to make sure that they weren't affected so much by that really strong initiation and roaming?
Well, what they were doing is that they were really, coming together early on when they got the Legionnaire PK, which was great. But then they tried to force the issue. And so what they really needed to ensure was to not dive and just take secure kills, because they could get kills with maybe 1 or 2 players, because, the Legionnaire PK sets that up perfectly. But when they use their entire team, then they're not farming, they're losing time, and Sync is able to recover from that. And then if they dive, Sync TP's in, gets a couple kills, and the game is slowed down again. So they really just needed to find their pickoffs with the Legionnaire PK without really forcing the issue.
Weren't quite able to do that for the most part there in that game, but the entire series seemed like it had relatively short games with the exception of that one 70-minute something long game. Quincy, can you back me up there? It seemed short, right?
Yeah, I actually closed it just recently, but yeah, I think the first game was 33 minutes, and the second game was less than that, and then the third game here was 28 minutes or something like that. So,
So
I mean, it's basically what we thought coming in. Sync wins games a lot, and the most of the time when they do it early, and then if you can push them to an hour-long series, then it's going to be a lot harder for them to win. But man, surviving that first half an hour is where the vast majority of teams falter, and it happened once again. You could see their movement, their rotation, their communication is just perfect. They know when to follow up an initiation. They know when to make an initiation. They know they're able to save people all over the place. I don't know how many times Tempest saved somebody with an Astrolabe heal, but I want to say it was like 3 or 4. Somebody's about to die. Meraxis is jumping in. He's got 10% of his hit points or something like that. I think he's going to die. And here, there's Tempest and Astrolabe. There's Nymphora with a pod. It's the teamwork of this team is so good. They're all really, really individually skilled players, but the fact that they work together as well as they do is definitely what makes them this
Yeah.
good.
And I mean, you're talking about that Astrolabe going the Chalice Astrolabe build multiple times there on the Tempest. I think it was actually 4 games, 3 on Sync side and 1 on the side of Druids. They went
Yeah.
the Chalice Astrolabe, so definitely gaining in popularity. But the other ones that we didn't, of course, see a little bit less frequently. Helm of the Black Legion and the Frostwolf Skull there on Tempest. I want to get the opinion here of both Shortcan and what you got. Shortcan, any merit whatsoever to those items?
I mean, I guess you could try and justify it with the whole battle build idea that, you know, you're just not going to take down this Tempest and he's just going to be a big nuisance because, I mean, the Meteor is a big skill, and if he's not bursted down on the Tempest, then he can still do a lot of work. But I can't really justify it any better than that, and what you got, there you go.
No idea. The helm eventually turning into a Frostal Skull with Iceburn in the Busted Orb was just honestly a little questionable. Something maybe like a tablet playing against the Kraken could have made a lot of sense. They could have had a Sackstone for the team. I'm
Even a
not
PK
too
just
sure.
to set up.
Yeah,
ultis.
even a PK. I
Just-
mean, the reasoning was he wanted to be tanky to survive the
Yeah.
burst from Midas Legionnaire, Puppet, etc. But just a little bit of strange items that we don't normally ever see on a Tempest. So.
From my side, I feel like a portal key could have been wasted in that game. When you've got the Kraken and the Legionnaire that are going to jump directly on top of you, the Midas that's going to pretty much jump on top of you, and the Puppet that's going to be very close as well, you don't really need to initiate on them because they're trying to initiate on you for the most part. So maybe you survive that burst and turn it around, but we'll see. Anyway, series is over. Quincy, who do the stats tell us is the MVP here?
Of the whole series, I
Sure.
think it's pretty difficult to go away from Insania, to be honest. Not entirely based on stats, but partially because you don't win 30-minute games unless your drafting is really good. And I think we see that over and over again from Sync. They win so many games in the drafting phase. The dude knows what he's doing. But more than that, I mean, we saw it especially, I think, in, I believe, Game 2, where Kane got absolutely shut down in that middle lane. His rotations are fantastic. It's really, really hard to have that much of an impact as a support player, and we see it every single game. The dude is just completely on point. His M4 in Game 4 was constantly providing a ridiculous amount of pressure. His Pyromancer gets 250 gold per minute for absolutely no reason, so I'm going to give it to him. I don't know if anybody else has disagreements, but it's easy.
What you got? What you got?
Yeah, it's pretty hard to argue against Insania. I would say Keizu and Zlapt as well played fairly well. Maybe Flens and Mickey could have. They did, to be fair, sacrifice Flens a little bit in some of the earlier games, so can't really fault him as much. It's more of like a team decision. But yeah, overall, I would say Insania, Keizu, and Zlapt playing fairly well. Mickey could have played a little bit better in that really long game for sure. So yeah.
He tilted a bit.
A
Shortcut,
little bit.
you in agreement here?
Yeah, for sure. But I would like to say that Zlapt played really well, especially in the game. We already mentioned that he managed to save people 3 or 4 times with the Astrolabe, and that's a really big deal. And not a lot of junglers, try to still innovate with the Tempest, but he did so with Chalice, and that's definitely not something you see every day. So I'd like to just shout out to him for that.
I agree. Both sports playing well. I got to give it to Keizu, though. I think he consistently was able to get a lot of farm and create a lot of space, apply a lot of pressure on the lanes for his team as well. Just very consistent throughout the series and did a pretty good job. So that's my MVP vote. But in any case, the guys from Sync taking it 4-1 here in the Deadeye Bounty League are going to get $3,500 just for this Grand Finals match. Added on top to everything that they've won, I think they've walked away with a pretty good purse here. And of course, only a little bit over a week away from the big show at DreamHack. They're going to enjoy the confidence as well, the momentum. And it doesn't stop here because we do have another event coming up. The DreamHack warm-up event going to be starting on Tuesday, so not too far out. And I think we're going to have some more details here coming up with that very soon. But ladies and gents, we're going to be throwing it back to Breaky here in just a moment. But before we do, want to get any final words and shout-outs? What you got? You're up first.
Shout out to Complexity as always, and Beef, obviously. Shout out to my teammates. Yeah, I don't have my jersey to wear, and Beef's got his, but we'll have it for DreamHack,
Soon.
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. And shout out to you guys for having me on the panel. It was really fun talking about the games with you guys and breaking everything down. And also, I just want to make a special kind of announcement. We're going to be hosting something on Twitch, the Panny Show, tomorrow. Panny's going to be hosting on twitch.tv/itspanny. And that's going to be 12 o'clock Eastern, 1800 Central European Time. It's going to be one player from each team from going to DreamHack. I'm not exactly sure which players from each team, but it's going to be one from each team. And it'll be probably about an hour or 2 hours long. We're going to talk about like DBL, the upcoming DreamHack event, and all kinds of stuff. So be sure to tune in tomorrow if you guys got nothing to do. It'll be a fun time.
Cool.
That's it for me.
Shorecon?
Shout out to Slaske and my brother. That's pretty much it. And to you guys for a nice analyst panel. You guys were fun to be around for
You as
a couple
well.
of hours. So yeah, that's it.
Good time as well. Quincy, what you got?
Wait, which one of us?
Oh,
Quincy.
gosh.
Oh,
Said
my
what you
God.
got, Beef. Come
Oh,
on.
guys, don't
sorry,
have
I had to
control.
do it. Look,
out of
you
control,
can't give me
out of
those
control.
openings. Breaky knows you cannot give me those openings because I will take advantage of them. Shout out to my buddies at Trackman. I'll be heading over there in a little while. It's where I work. Shout out to Shorecans. First time we've been on a video thing together. We did a lot of casting in a while, so this is fun. To Beef, get me a headset. I didn't have one for a very long time, and he's like, "Hey, I'll just give you one for free because Beef and Complexity are great people. Go support them." And also our Complexity, the Han one, and the other one, aka former SG players who are going to the international. So good on you guys. That's just about it. Shout out to Sync for winning today, and congratulations. Good luck in DreamHack. You guys better win because if you don't, people are going to start talking again.
Dang.
Just saying.
There you go. All right, guys. Thanks for watching the analyst panel. From all of us to all of you, have a good time. We're going to throw it back over to Breaky, who's got an interview with everybody's MVP, Insania from Sync Esports. Breaky, have fun.
Thanks, guys. Once again, it was a lot of fun. I appreciate you guys appreciate you guys being on this cast here. So, all
Always
right.
a pleasure.
And the call here. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna go back into this bad boy over here. All right, Znui, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and bring in Sania here real quickly. You ready? Make sure that he's good to go. And then talk with them just briefly, kind of going over the series. And can ask them about Wretched Hag. What the hell's the deal with that? What's going on there? Here, I'll just bring him in. Here we go. Looks like he's ready anyways. Okay, do you mind calling him? I think you're the host, actually, so.
Yep, there we go.
Booyah. All right. As soon as he's on, we got the hard-hitting questions ready. Insania, you there?
Breaky.
Hey.
Yeah, what up?
Hey, your mic sounds good. I like it.
Really?
Good,
Great.
good sounding mic. Anyways, welcome. Welcome to the broadcast here. You're coming off that was an interesting series, but you guys come through in the end, 4 games to 1. So first off, congratulations. Feeling good about some nice little extra money on the side here?
Yeah, of course. It was a fun series to play. I mean, I don't know. We got to play a lot of heroes that we've really been wanting to try out in tournament formats. So
Yeah.
that was nice.
So it's some good extra practice there, and of course, with the big DreamHack around the corner, that's more reason to do it. How you guys feeling about DreamHack? You guys feeling like you're prepared already, or you still need a little bit more time here? You're gonna use this time.
Oh no, we're really excited. We get to meet D-Dog round 1, so it's redemption hardcore. I mean, we pretty much said when we were talking about it, like, okay, so what teams do we not want to face in the first round? We were like, D-Dog is the only team we don't want to play against. And now I get to play them in the first round, so we're really happy about that. Hopefully get to beat them this time around.
Yeah. Well, it's safe to say, again, they're going to be flying to. They're going to be going to Sweden, where before they were at their home territory in Thailand, in that sense. So, do you think that will make a difference? How they have to travel this time?
Oh yeah, we got the fans behind us this time, and we're gonna show them a whole new sync.
Nice. I'll make sure to make it a biased cast, and we'll be rooting for Acer Dog to give them some. Actually,
Thanks,
Snoop Dogg.
Tracy.
It's Snoop Dogg now. It's not actually Acer Dog anymore. It's just Snoop Dogg. Fun fact.
Yeah, thanks.
No problem. Got to make it fair. You guys will have plenty of fans there. So no, but let's talk about this matchup here again. You guys just defeating Druids. You 3-0'd them in the first round, and it was very decisive. Did you guys expect the same result here going into today?
No, I think they had a really off day the first time we played against them. We expected a much closer series. I think right now we have like 4 teams that are really, really good in BMG, Complexity, Druids, and Reason. I think BMG has been a little bit off their game, but I think all those 4 teams are really scary to face, and you can never underestimate them when you go up against them in the series.
Yeah. You mentioned you got to try some different heroes. Which ones were like specifically ones that you really liked here today? You got to try.
Well, I mean, Hag, I don't think the hero's been popular for a long time, and Tempest is another hero that's kind of just been like ignored forever. We don't really know why. So it was nice to try, like we've played them in scrims a little bit, so it was nice to try them out in tournaments and see what we think about them. And we got a much better grip of when to draft them and how to draft them and when they're the right pick and when they're not. So it was really good for us, I think.
I'm glad you brought up the Wretched Hag, because both Snooey and I are still trying to grasp this idea with the Hag. How you guys have been picking this up. We did see even Imbaboy pick it up for Reason yesterday, too. He's making a comeback, I guess. Why? What's the deal with Wretched Hag?
I mean, for us, it was really like a lot of the teams in the past have played this hero a lot, and it's always been very dominant. So we weren't really sure why it fell off. So we started picking it up again a little bit. And I mean, I gotta admit, we drafted it kind of wrong a lot of times. Like, I know you guys criticized us for picking it up. So, but it was a good way for us to like figure out when to pick her. Really, like, there's no way to figure out how to draft a hero if you don't draft it wrong. Sometimes you gotta know when it works and when it doesn't. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that was mostly the reasoning behind it. Not much more.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's obviously, and again, you got the DreamHack Warm-Up event coming up, so it sounds like you like to use these, especially these longer series, as practice for, in a sense, of trying out different heroes. And speaking of a hero that you guys actually haven't played yet, but we have been seeing other teams play, Kayn is one that comes to mind. What are your thoughts on Kayn? You did get it. You went up against it this series.
Yeah, he's a DreamHack hero. We're not going to play him before it. The hero's incredibly strong. I think teams are kind of like showing it like there's no reason to play the hero yet. We got a land coming up really soon, so
Okay.
I don't think you should be picking Kayn yet. Yeah.
All right. Interesting to hear there. Snooey, do you have any questions for Xavier?
Yeah, I do. I like the attitude, by the way, with the Kayn.
I mean, he's crazy. Like,
True that. What was another, seeing as we're all on the whole new hero concept here, one hero that I just can't see why people aren't picking up yet is the Gladiator. Do you have any experience with him now, seeing as since he's been changed since the recent patch?
we thought a little bit about picking him, but back when we drafted Glady, I think Slap played our secondary support. We might look into picking him up again now that Mick is playing it instead. So I don't know. I haven't really thought about him too much, but there probably is room for like to draft him. But it just feels like there are other heroes that do his job better than he does.
I just find him so freaking amazing right now with the showdown into a secure pitfall, and then the fact that you can like launch your ultimate in any direction that you want, just follow it up on your pitfall, 100% guaranteed. find it so strong in this like escape heavy meta or that we are having right now. But all right, it might be something for DreamHack. I know BMG used to run him with Root of C and the secondary support role back in the days as well. So I'm gonna keep my eyes open for that.
Yeah.
Something else in the draft, the one game that you guys actually dropped to Druids today, in game number 1, 2, and 4, you blind banded the Flux every single game. But in game number 3, he made it out throughout the second banning phase. Was that something that you guys forgot
Did
about?
you forget? Basically.
Yeah.
No, I honestly don't think Flux had a big influence over that game either.
Okay.
We first, from our point of view, Iceland Gogo had an amazing game on Tempest. He was really like what kept us away from feeling free to do whatever we wanted to do. And on top of that, I think Ziba played very well that game. That was really the main reason. Flux is always scary to face, but Kraken Flux is something that we played against a lot, and we know what he does. We know how he thinks. It's
Okay.
kind of becomes something that's kind of predictable. You know where he's going to be on the map because you've played against it so much. But yeah, no.
Okay.
They don't forget.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna move forward a little bit to DreamHack event now. You mentioned a little bit about Acer D-Dog and all that kind of stuff, and it's safe to say that we have favorites and we have underdogs and certain teams that we like more or less want to go up versus. But are there any like teams or outside of Acer D-Dog that you fear going up versus in or at the DreamHack? I know that Recent Gaming more or less have been the Europe/North American team that you guys have been struggling with a little bit. Do you think that like their inexperience with LAN events are going to hurt them?
I hope not. I think Reason they're always scary. Like right now, like I said, I think there are 4 NAU teams that are very scary to go up against, which is Cole, Reason, Druids, and BMG. I against them, you're always a little bit nervous. I think out of all the teams that are at the end, I think D-Dog or Acer Dog, Snoop Dogg, whatever, they're definitely like the scariest team for us because they beat us at a LAN before.
Yeah.
But it's also, I think we really want to play them at LAN and prove that that we can beat them now that it's like at our home turf,
Best
our
of
format,
3.
no best of ones. Yeah, exactly. No
That
bullshit.
helps. Yeah.
Yeah, feels like.
I think it's safe to say that Sync Esports definitely deserves their time in the spotlight now. I mean, it's quite clear that you guys are, of course, the outstanding team right now in Heroes of New York. But still, I mean, you still lack that one LAN event victory that you so desperately want, or that you desperately wanted during the World Season 3 finals. But now DreamHack coming up, and it's time for you guys to really prove yourself. And as you mentioned as well earlier, with all the support, and I mean, this event it's just going to be so many people, or so much Heroes of New York fans, and there's going to be a stage set up, and we've got a lot of commentators, teams. It's simply said going to be amazing. Any other thoughts about DreamHack in general that you would like to share with us? I know that the boot camp, for example, are coming up. Could you perhaps tell us a little bit more about that? What are you looking to do in before the event?
Yeah, we're gonna be gathering at Slav's place for about a week before. We're still unsure whether Mickey can be there or not because he has school and other obligations that he needs to attend to. So hopefully we're gonna be all 5, but probably the 4 of us without Mickey are gonna boot camp for about a week before DreamHack. But I mean, boot camps I feel are mostly like the most important part is team building and just having fun with each other, feeling relaxed, making sure that like there's no tension in the team and all that stuff. And we had a really good boot camp before Thailand, and I think we're gonna have a great one at Slav's place this time.
I like that. So brings me to my last question, seeing as you're mentioning all that having fun and all that kind of stuff. So who's going to win the Super Smash Bros. Tournament?
there's I mean, Kez is pretty good. Beef is insane. Hopefully I can beat Beef. That's my biggest
Do you guys
challenge.
play the 64 version or what?
I wish, Breaky. I brought my Wii U to Thailand, but we're actually gonna bring GameCube to Slav's place as well as the Wii U. But I mean, if we can, I have a 64. I just don't have my controllers. So
64
if we can manage
Jigglypuff,
together,
man. I would dominate that. But if it's not 64, then
Alright.
no point.
seems like I'm bringing my 64 as well now.
Damn.
Great consoles. Yeah.
Sounds
but we'll see.
promising.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna win the Smash tournament. I hope so at least.
What do you play?
I play Marth mainly or Fox, depending on game.
Oh, you're one of those guys. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
That makes sense. All right, no, but that's gonna be a fun event as always. One more question I kind of had before we wrap up here too is you've been around this thing for a while, Insania. How do you feel the competition is and I want you to be honest, how do you feel the overall competition is right now amongst all the teams? Is this as far as, one of the best it's been as the diversity, the amount of teams that we have that can win at this point?
I think, to be completely honest, I think like right now, probably in terms of like right below the top tier scene, I think it's the most even. I feel like we've always had like a top 3 or a top 2 that's been really, really close. But now I feel like there's like I really feel like between the 4 teams that I mentioned earlier, it's just dead even, like depending on the day, who plays better. I think the level of gameplay is still lower than it has been in terms of strategy. Like in terms of mechanical play, and if you just look at what players individually are doing, it's higher, of course.
Yeah.
But in terms of strategy and understanding how to think the game, I think it's probably still a bit behind where we were about a year ago. But we're getting there.
Well, we lost Swinnamelon, so,
Yeah.
that happens.
We lost Window, we lost Hanskin. He didn't really, I feel like Hanskin didn't get enough attention, but he was one of the big thinkers in Han, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's where you're stepping in, right? That's where you're stepping in.
I'm trying it.
The Nefora and the Warbeast was so creative from the last game. I just loved how that worked out for you guys.
The Warbeast Balfagor was crazy for me. I know that wasn't a loss, but geez, those minions did crazy damage early on. Anyhow.
They have really good synergy too. You can like sack the wolves at level 1 to give Balfagor corpses, so you can start in the jungle with 3 charges on his corpse camper.
Did you guys do that in that game? I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You spawn wolves and then you respawn them, so the corpses die in the well, so he gets.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. Mhm.
Cool. That's nifty.
Yeah.
All right. Anywho, I think that's going to start wrapping it up, though. So, Insania, appreciate joining once again. Any shout-outs you want to make here?
Yeah, shout out to my team. Shout out to HPX. Sucks that you guys couldn't make it. We really hope that you guys would have. Shout out to Ball. It's his birthday today.
Oh.
Shout out to Limp. It's also his birthday today.
Oh.
Yeah. And shout out to my team. They're amazing. And shout out to you guys for doing an awesome job with DreamHack and Thailand and casting. And we really appreciate it. And shout out to all the fans that tune in and watch.
Fun times. By the way, Limp, he plays for NIP, right?
Yes, they're in the qualifier right now.
They
made it to the second round.
That's what I was going to say, because I know that they were in that part. I wonder if they're still in it. So.
They're playing Vega right now.
Oh,
I
they're
think they're
actually
playing
right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
It's 1-1 best of 3.
there you go. There's something to head to now, guys. Former, that's what, Hanskin, Seal Kid, Jonas Fan, Limp, and Era?
Era.
Yeah, that's right.
A lot of Han players.
Yeah, definitely a full former Han team there. That should be fun to see how that turns out. So, yeah, definitely root those guys on and head over to whatever stream, one of those Dota 2 streams anyways. We are going to be wrapping up our stuff, but before we do again, thanks again, Insania. We'll be seeing you next week, this coming week here for the warm-ups and then eventually at the DreamHack event. So thanks again, man.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
See ya.
All right, so yeah, that's gonna start wrapping it up though. As far as our end goes here on Honcast, it turned out to be pretty good day overall. Best of 7. We knew that we were definitely possibly in for a really long haul here, but in the end, Sync Esports they come through, winning it 4-1. Druids, they competed even in several of those losses. They definitely had some chances, but it was just too much. So, but Snooey, thank you for co-casting today. And you have any shout-outs, any final words you want to say here?
Shout out to Quincy for the stats, shout out to the analyst panel, and shout out to the Panny Show tomorrow at 18 CET. I'm not quite sure what that is US time. Maybe you want to fill that in.
12 p.m. Eastern is when that is.
PM Eastern, yeah. So definitely don't miss that one. I'm sure it's going to be great. Panny is just such an amazing community guy and hilarious, funny, smart. Yeah, don't miss that one. And of course, thanks for everyone to tune in. I hope you guys had a great time. Deadeye Bounty League, yeah, definitely some really good games. Definitely that third one. So if you missed that, definitely download the VOD and look through it once more. And shout out to Sync for winning Deadeye Bounty League finals.
There you go. Deadeye Bounty League officially wrapping up here today, guys, with Sync Esports winning it in the end over Druids. 4-1 in the best of 7. That's how the bracket's ultimately shaped up right there. So Deadeye Bounty League comes to a conclusion. But again, with that said, this coming week, guys, Beef mentioned, I mentioned it earlier, DreamHack warm-up event going to be happening. Again, more information and details going to be released tomorrow on it. But basically, you can expect this Tuesday we'll be starting coverage. I believe it's going to be a group stage format to an extent initially that goes into a bracket, you know, so somewhat similar in that sense. But it should be a lot of content, a lot of fun. It's going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Saturday and Sunday happening. So 5 days of this next week, there's going to be coverage coming at you here on Honcast. And then, of course, eventually that leads into DreamHack the next week. So, ladies and gentlemen, going to be wrapping up here. Shout out to the analyst panel, Shorecan, Quincy, Beef, and What You Got of Complexity for joining us, sticking around there, and giving us some added production value. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. And shout out to you guys, with that said, for tuning in, as always. So we are going to be wrapping up here. We will see you on Tuesday for the beginning of the DreamHack Summer 2015 warm-up event. Going to be coming at you. Until then, have a good night, guys. Check out the Panty Show tomorrow. Also, check out NIP over there. See how they do. Anyways, have a good night, guys. We'll see you next time.